Good morning, friends. It's Miss Brooke, and I just wanted to check in with you. It's the middle of the week. It is the Wednesday after Easter. I hope you had a wonderful Easter celebration with family and maybe some new traditions, maybe some different things that took place this year that you've decided was pretty awesome and you want to keep and do that every year and incorporate that in. We're gonna check in with just a quick chapel lesson to kind of be a midweek pick-me-up. So I'm reading from my children's Bible, starting on page 380. So our pictures look like this. It says, a big surprise. The day after Jesus was buried was a holy day, so his friends had to stay home. Then very early on Sunday morning, the first day of the week, the women went back to the tomb. It was the third day since Jesus had died. When the women got there, they couldn't believe their eyes. The stone had been rolled away. An angel of God was sitting on the stone. The soldiers there were so frightened they couldn't even move. The angel said, "Don't be afraid. Jesus is alive." Those women were as happy as they could be, and they ran to find the other friends of Jesus. I love this story. When the tomb is empty, we can celebrate that there is nothing that Jesus cannot overcome. There's nothing he can't help us with, and there's nothing that he hasn't experienced and he can't bring us comfort and help and understanding. And so that led me, parents, to kind of a fun art activity that you could do with your kids during this time. We are hitting the long run. It's a marathon here as we are still trying to process a lot of what we're hearing and seeing, a lot of changes. Some of us have found our rhythm and this is going great, and others of us, every day still feels like something different and challenging, and we just, are all kind of struggling in different ways in different areas. For our kids, they are probably very aware that this is not normal. Depending on their ages, they may understand a little bit more of the details. They may not quite understand it all. When kids hear things like sickness, death, can't go and see people, no hugs, no play dates, the way we've done things before with family and friends, that can bring kind of some worry and some anxiety. I love the story of the empty tomb because when the women arrived, they were also very confused. The scriptures tell us that the soldiers were frightened, and in other translations of the Bible, versions of the Bible, it says that the women were afraid but filled with joy. And so we want to remember that where there is fear and anxiety and worry, there can also be joy. And one of the ways that we can do that with our kids is to try and take something like a virus or sickness that we can't always see or understand and make it more tangible. So for this art activity, first off, you don't have to be an artist and it doesn't require a whole lot of materials. I used construction paper and markers and crayons because that's what I had around. You could easily go and do this outside with sidewalk chalk. You could build this with Legos. You could go out on a nature walk and gather sticks and leaves and grass and dandelions. There's really kind of no limit on the materials that you can use. And so what we did was we drew a picture of a bird. Again, not an artist. Please don't judge. And we took one of my very favorite comforting verses from the book of Psalms, Psalms 91:4. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. So I sat down with my kids, and we just sort of talked about, what are you hearing? What are you thinking about what's going on? And so I said, well, let's do a little activity. So as we traced and drew our birds and we colored them in, we copied our Bible verse, we talked about how God is our protector. God will come in and cover us. just like a mama bird would cover and protect her babies under her wings. And so this is something that we can now hang up. It can be on the refrigerator, it can be in their rooms, wherever we're gonna see it. And it's just a good reminder to myself and to our kids that when we're afraid, we can turn to God. The story of the empty tomb reminds us that there is nothing that Jesus can't overcome and help us with, and that Jesus is with us always. This was my daughter's, so this was hers, and I love that she actually included the cross there. That was her reminder of God and Jesus together are always with us. So just a fun little activity, a way that if you or your kids are trying to figure out how can we talk through or process kind of our worries or the unknown, how do I talk to them about this? Gauge their ages, gauge their maturity. But this is kind of a good, nice, fun reminder that God's with us, and that we can take all of our worries, all of our cares, all of our anxieties to Him. Whether that be something really big like a yucky virus that is causing us to have a great pause. It could just be they took my toy and that makes me really mad and upset, and we can go to Jesus with that too. Friends, I love y'all and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I can't wait to check in with you again soon. God bless. Bye.